Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. So here what I'm going to do is just list out kind of 10 YouTube channels that I quite enjoy watching. A lot of us have got a lot more free time just now, so I thought this sort of thing might be quite useful. If there's channels that you guys like, put them down in the comments, it'd be really cool to check them out. So I've broken these down into sections. The first one I'm looking at is kind of music theory based ones, or kind of music information. So coming in at the top of the list here, we've got Adam Neely's channel. He's pretty kind of big in the YouTube music circuit, so if you've not seen him, definitely do yourself a favour and check him out. There's a whole back catalogue of great videos that aren't just kind of basic theory. He delves into some really interesting and quite intense topics. In particular, his kind of mini-series he's done on rhythm and pitch being fundamentally the same thing. I found those incredibly interesting. I'm not going to give you any spoilers on that, so go and check him out if that interests you. Next one to do with music theory, but there's also a lot more than music theory. There's music production and kind of song analysis, is Rick Beato. So again, this channel is just like a whole smorgasbord of brilliant musical information presented in a kind of nice, concise, and quite easily digestible way. The next kind of area moving on to here is just kind of general blogging and playing. I don't watch a lot of these channels because I don't get an awful lot of them. But Leon Todd, if you check him out, he's great. Just seems like a really chill guy. If you've got anything you need to know about Axe Effects, he is the man to go to. He's got that software and the hardware down to a T. Really great player as well. He does these kind of nice Q&A videos that just have a relaxed vibe, but he does actually impart quite a lot of information instead of just rambling, which I might be running the risk of doing just now. Next area I'm going into is kind of ones that are more playing based, and there's loads of these channels, and if you want more videos like this where I suggest things to check out, then let me know. But Martin Miller, if you don't know him, he's just a spectacularly good guitarist, incredibly technically proficient with a really good feel as well, and his channel has just got loads and loads of covers. So if you want like a Deep Purple medley, or the one they put up relatively recently was just a fantastic cover of Phil Collins' Easy Lover. There's tunes like that for me are a bit of a guilty pleasure, and it's one of those ones where you watch it and you just kind of get both inspired and jealous at the same time. It's this room full of spectacularly good musicians. They're all just amazing on their discipline, and then most of them can sing really quite well too. So yeah, an Easy Lover, they've got the guy on bass is singing the octave up, and Martin Miller's just nailing the kind of lower main vocal as well. Great player and a good singer as well. One of these guys that you just watch and you're like, you're just too good at this, man. You're too good at guitar. So the next channels here are more kind of like how stuff works type channels. We've got Crimson Guitars, where the guy Ben, he just comes across as this really quite eccentric, brilliant dude. They take a guitar and they'll just build it from scratch because that's what he does. That's his job, is like building guitars. It's something I'm not particularly good at. I dabble every so often in very menial kind of guitar putting together, getting a DIY kit or trying to Frankenstein a guitar together. He does some just fantastic and beautiful builds. You can kind of see the wood and the whole process. It makes you really appreciate how much love guys like that have for the craft, and how much they kind of care about making not only like a high quality product that plays well, but one that just looks great as well and is really unique. And the other kind of area of knowing how stuff works, CS Guitars, Colin dives into all sorts of stuff that you don't realise you don't know about. Like, you might go into valves, or you might talk about winding pickups. Particular series he's doing called Too Afraid to Ask, I think that's what it's called, is good. He'll just dive into these areas that you probably have a blind spot on without realising. It's given loads of insightful information on not necessarily guitar, but the kind of electronics and the components and the different things around it. It's really quite unique, and again, just great content. So the kind of second last category here, I'm having kind of like comedy ones or skit ones. So there's a guy called Bradley Hall that's popped up recently. He started doing like a backwards guitar solos. I had no idea how on earth he managed to do these and learn them. That would take me like weeks and weeks and months to sort out. And his channel's kind of progressed onto different types of skits, but he's just, again, a ridiculously good player. And if you're wanting kind of short, easily digestible and quite entertaining videos, he's worth checking out. As is Rudy Ayoub, or Rudy Adobe Photoshop, as he gets called quite a lot. It's just these kind of short, sometimes nonsensical, often kind of meme-based guitar videos. And on the topic of meme-based music content, the real king here for me is Davey504. Is a bassist, so guys, you might have to change your standards a bit here, but it's heavily meme-based content, so everything he does moves very quickly. There might be something from a few weeks ago that now seems dated because it was, based on memes, but the speed at which he comes up with stuff is amazing. He had a series a while back where he'd be challenged to play like Korn with a piece of corn, or Red Hot Chili Peppers with a Red Hot Chili Pepper, and things like that. I just really enjoyed that. It's kind of goofy content, but if you're looking for a bit of a laugh, it's worthwhile checking out. The final one I'm going to talk about here is it's totally different from the others. This is much more kind of business based. Now, I'm not a fan of motivational or business based channels because a lot of the time someone will just kind of say incredibly basic stuff but shout it at you and try to make it seem like they know more than they do by just being loud and repeating themselves a lot and repeating themselves a lot and repeating themselves a lot. And I don't have much time for it because you might come away feeling motivated, but at the end of the day, you've just wasted your time, not learned anything. Damien Keyes, on the other hand, is really good. He will still be quite, what's the word, like kind of chipper and upbeat and motivate you. But there is a lot of content in his videos, a lot of really good advice. He's come from a kind of music business background wherein he set up a music school, which I actually ended up going to, but it was a long time after he'd kind of sold on his shares in it. And since then, he's got kind of a management company, and on the side, he's always been working as a gigging musician. So he's got this really interesting kind of life experience in terms of his music's kind of, what would you call it, professional career and experience. So if you're looking at promoting your band or something you've done musically or anything like that, it's definitely worthwhile checking him out. There's just a ton of great information, a lot of it based on kind of social media and promotion and that kind of thing. And like I say, that he's got a really good ratio of actually giving you advice to how long his videos are. If there's like a 5-10 minute video, it's probably going to be worthwhile watching. It's not one of these ones that goes on for like 40 minutes where he doesn't really say anything worthwhile. Pot calling the kettle black a bit there. Yeah, I hope this will give you guys at least a few things to check out if you're feeling a bit bored or maybe a bit uninspired, to give you maybe a new avenue to explore. But yeah, like I said, suggestions of channels to check out from you guys would be awesome. And if you want more of this or things that aren't music based, if you've had a bit of a music overload, there's loads of stuff on YouTube I watch that hasn't got anything to do with music. A lot of it's kind of film based content. I really quite like film. Yeah, let me know. Take it easy, guys. I hope everyone's staying safe, and yeah, have a good one.